The KJZ Mock Draft, as you know, this is day 7 already. We have picks 25 to 28. As you know, we have our experts, right? There's our chime. Our experts will join us. So first, the Jacksonville Jaguars on the clock. Brent Martineau, ESPN 690, makes the 25th pick for Jacksonville.
With the 25th overall pick in the first round of the KJZ Mock Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Christian Barmore, defensive tackle, Alabama.
All right, we have Matt Miller, by the way, joining us as well on the phone to add to the reaction. You go first, Keith?
I think so. I think this is a good pickup for them. When you look at it in this situation, we all know the obvious pick at 1 is Trevor Lawrence. So you add something to that. You give them some weapons. You do some different things. This is a smart pickup.
Yeah, guys, I like Christian Barmore. I think he's being knocked right now, bad pro day. You've heard the reports that he might be hard to coach. I think he's just young. He's 20 years old. If Nick Saban can get you to have 8.5 sacks, then I think that's a pretty good sign for what you could do in the NFL. So Christian Barmore here, I would have probably gone offense, but this is a bad D-line class, so I guess I'm going to give him a pass. This is a good pick here.
And when you talk about it, Matt, and you look at where he's at in the position on the defensive line, this is something that's extremely important to Urban Meyer and his defensive line coach. He's always had a plethora of defensive linemen, whether it was at Florida or Ohio State.
Cleveland Browns on the clock. Emmett Golden, ESPN 850. Cleveland makes a 26th pick.
With the 26th pick in the 2021 KJZ Mock Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Zaven Collins, linebacker, Tulsa.
This is a big pickup for them because I thought they would address this in the free agency, but they really didn't. They went out and got Jadeveon Clowney on the end position. I thought that maybe they would look at a defensive tackle replacing their defensive tackle that they let go not too long ago. So when you talk about getting a linebacker, this is big for them because they need that second wave of defender. They got the 2 edge rushers. You add a middle backer in there. Now you can cook.
Yeah, you're right. Big because he was 270 pounds at his pro day, which is a big concern. I don't know where you play Zaven Collins. Like, this is LaVon Kirkland if he plays middle linebacker in the modern NFL. So I think he's more of a hybrid player that you're going to have to play some on the edge. He had 4 sacks last year for Tulsa, also had 4 interceptions. I think he's a little bit stiff in space. So to me, yes, Cleveland doesn't have a lot of needs, and I think linebacker is one of them. I'm going to question the fit here. I think Zaven Collins would be much more at home in a 3-4 defense where he can be that interior thumper, where he's taking on blockers. But, man, we just don't see very many guys like him playing in space in the NFL right now.
The Baltimore Ravens up next. Jamison Hensley, ESPN Ravens reporter, with the 27th pick.
With the 27th pick in the 2021 KJZ Mock Draft, the Baltimore Ravens select Gregory Rousseau, edge rusher, Miami.
You know, this is interesting to me because I wouldn't have gone with an edge rusher. I know that they lost Judon in free agency, but I'm looking for weapons. I'm looking for somebody to help my young franchise quarterback, whether it's a wide receiver in Terrence Marshall Jr. or trading the pick to acquire Julio Jones. I just think that when you look at what this team is all about, it's an offensive team because of Lamar Jackson. They needed a receiver with this pick.
Yeah, I'm with the receiver here. They need a receiver. They need a big receiver. No more of these 5'8", 170-pound receivers. They need a big guy. Terrace Marshall Jr., Rashad Bateman. They need someone who can extend the catch radius and can extend the strike zone for Lamar Jackson, who is a fantastic quarterback. He is not the most accurate. So let's give him a big receiver who has long arms and sticky hands and can bring in some of those errant passes that he makes on the run.
And finally, for today in the KJZ Mock Draft, we have the New Orleans Saints with the pick. It's Matt Moscona from ESPN Baton Rouge and New Orleans with the 28th pick.
With the 28th pick in the 2021 KJZ Mock Draft, the New Orleans Saints select Kadarius Toney, wide receiver, Florida.
I think this is a good pickup. Kadarius Toney is different than Michael Thomas, so you kind of get some of that Emmanuel Sanders with him. He's an inside slot guy from Florida. You pair him with Michael Thomas and Jameis Winston and Kamara in the offense, you get some explosiveness. He's not a one-trick pony. He can do many things. You can even possibly put him in the return game and returning punts to see where that's at. So I like this pickup for the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, I feel like we've been asking for the Saints to do this for a long time, to get a wide receiver opposite Michael Thomas who can be a dynamic yards after catch player. Kadarius Toney gives you so much versatility. You can motion him into the backfield and hit him on wheel routes. You can play him in the slot. You can play him out at the X receiver position like Florida did. So I think the versatility would be fantastic for Sean Payton, to give him someone who can be a little bit of a chess piece, someone you can move around. When you have Alvin Kamara and Michael Thomas, you got two great pass catchers already, but Toney would really open up this offense for whoever we're seeing play quarterback. And worst case scenario, you could motion him into the backfield and run some option with Taysom Hill as well.
Matt, we appreciate you helping out on the KJZ Mock Draft.